Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 8, Text 19. Nimlochati ha Bhagavan Sakala Jagat Kshema Udayah Trayi Atma Adya Api Mama Na Mriga Vadhu Nyasa Agachati Nimlochati ha Bhagavan Sakala Jagat Kshemodayas Trayatmadyapi Mamana Mrigavadhu Nyasa Gacchati. Nimlochati sets. Ha, alas. Bhagavan, Supreme Personality of Godhead, represented as the sun. Sakala Jagat, of all the universe. Kshema Udayah, who increases the auspiciousness. Trayi Atma, who consists of the three Vedas. Adya Api, until now. Mama, my. Na, not. Mrigavadhu Nyasah, this baby deer entrusted to me by its mother, Agachati, has come back. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation: Alas, when the sun rises, all auspicious things begin. Unfortunately, they have not begun for me. The sun god is the Vedas personified, but I am bereft of all Vedic principles. That sun god is now setting, yet the poor animal who trusted in me since its mother died has not returned. Please repeat. Alas, when the sun rises, all auspicious things begin. Unfortunately, they have not begun for me. The sun god is the Vedas personified, but I am bereft of all Vedic principles. That sun god is now setting, yet the poor animal who trusted in me since its mother died has not returned. Purport. In the Brahma Samhita 5.52, the sun is described as the eye of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yacchakshuresha savita sakala grahanam raja samasta suramurti rasesha tejah yasyajñaya bhramati sambrita kala chakro govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. As the sun arises, one should chant the Vedic mantra beginning with the Gayatri. The sun is the symbolic representation of the eyes of the Supreme Lord. Maharaj Bharat lamented that although the sun was going to set, due to the poor animal's absence, he could not find anything auspicious. Bharat Maharaj considered himself most unfortunate, for due to the animal's absence, there was nothing auspicious for him in the presence of the sun. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmelitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupah Kadamahyam Bhaktadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Devi Pranamami Hari Priye वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां भावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नम ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So this is a very important verse actually. He is talking nonsense, Bharat Maharaj. But we can still derive a lot of meaning from this verse. For those of you who have come and attended this series of verses, classes, Bharat Maharaj is displaying inordinate amount of affection for the deer. Right? You have been here last week. So, and in that affection, he is speaking like this. He's saying, when the sun rises, all auspicious things begin. Unfortunately, they have not begun for me. So there are many nice, instructive things here. See, Srimad Bhagavatam instructs us both in the positive and negative ways. There are positive examples of, for example, how Prahlad Maharaj was a devotee of Krishna. And there is a negative example of how Hiranyakashipu was an atheist. Both are instructive because we should understand dharma and adharma. When we have to become Krishna conscious, we should also know what is not Krishna conscious. Not being in Krishna consciousness means what? Atheism means what? Atheism in the garb of devotion is what? We have to know all these things. Otherwise, it is incomplete study. Upayam chintayet prajna, apayam cha chintayet. An intelligent man, he not only considers the positive aspects of something, but also the negative aspects. What if, for example, there are so many things that we should do in devotional service, but we should also know what are the things we should not do. Like in the Upadeshamrita, the second verse says, Atyahara prayasascha prajalpo niyamagraha janasangascha laulyam cha shadbhir bhakti vinashrati. Do you know this verse? Never read Upadeshamrita. Simply talking prajalpa. Yeah? You must know these verses should be in the memory for devotees. It will be a shame. You are coming from ISKM Singapore, supposed to be the headquarters of quoting verses and showing verses, and then don't know anything. You should know these things should be by heart. This is the verse. Atyahara prayasascha prajalpo niyamagraha janasangascha laulyam cha shadbhir bhakti vinashrati. One's devotional service is spoiled when he becomes too entangled in the following 6 activities: eating more than necessary or collecting more funds than required, over-endeavoring for mundane things that are very difficult to obtain, talking unnecessarily about mundane subject matters, practicing the scriptural rules and regulations only for the sake of following them and not for the sake of spiritual advancement, or rejecting the rules and regulations of the scriptures and working independently or whimsically, associating with worldly minded persons who are not interested in Krishna consciousness, and being greedy for mundane achievements. These things we should not do. And what we should do is explained in the next verse. Utsahan nischaya dhairya tat tat karma pravartanat sangatyagat sato vritte shadbhir bhakti prasiddhyati. The six principles favorable to the execution of pure devotional service: being enthusiastic, endeavoring with confidence, being patient, acting according to regulative principles such as Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, hearing, chanting, and remembering Krishna, abandoning the association of non-devotees and following in the footsteps of the previous acharyas. These six principles undoubtedly assure the complete success of pure devotional service. And then the next verse instructs us how to associate with devotees. The next verse instructs us how to associate with different grades of devotees, how to respect different grades of devotees. And the next verse, sixth verse, instructs us how we should not find fault with the devotee. Even if the devotee seemingly has some bodily defect, one should consider him pure because he is engaged completely in Krishna consciousness. And then the next verse, seventh verse, instructs us how, even though we may be demoralized in Krishna consciousness in the beginning or when we are in the neophyte stage, our mind will be unable to accept completely the instructions, and sometimes the instructions appear bitter to us, harsh to us, or we don't have enough taste for this devotional service. So how not to be demoralized by that? By just being engaged in devotional service, eventually it will become sweet. And then how to always be Krishna conscious every moment of every hour. That is the next verse. And then the final three verses are about the exalted position of Srimati Radharani and Radha Kund, Govardhan and all this. So every part, even Srimad Bhagavatam, there are positive and negative examples. Now here is a negative example of Bharat Maharaj, how he fell down. He was inattentive during his practice and he fell down. A little inattention in devotional service will make us very attentive in material affairs. We're very attentive to material affairs because we have to be attentive. Somewhere our attention should be there. So if it is not in the spiritual or devotional life, Krishna consciousness, then in the material life, our attention is reposed. Now, going to this verse, you see, he's saying, when the sun rises, all auspicious things begin. In fact, Brahma Muhurta is 1.5 hours before sunrise, right? That's the time of our Mangalarti. Mangala means auspiciousness. Shema means auspiciousness. Shema Udaya, here it is mentioned. Udaya means what? To rise, to increase. Shema means auspiciousness, or Mangala also means auspiciousness. Sakala Jagat Kshemodaya. So when the sun rises, all auspiciousness comes. Why? Because first of all, there is a mode of goodness, Brahma Muhurta, start of a mode of goodness. And actually, when the sun rises, mode of passion sets in. People will start to go for work and everything. All this activity will start. Passionate activity. Whereas before that it's more peaceful, more sober, conducive for spiritual life. Then finally in the evening, mode of ignorance sets in, become sleepy, or those who are in the mode of ignorance, they will flourish at that time. They will be a very excited nightclub party like this. So, auspicious thing. But here he is saying another thing, Trayi Atma. The sun god is the personification of the three Vedas. So sun god, although he is apparently a demigod, he is also Yat Chakshuresha Savita Sakala Grahana. So he is the eye of the Supreme Lord. Coincidentally, or maybe not so coincidentally, maybe the history is lost, the historical reference. In Malay language, the sun is called what? Mata Hari. Mata means what? Eye. Mata means eye in Malay. Hari means day. But Hari means Krishna. Mata Hari, eye of the Lord. Sun is called Mata Hari. So, Yat Chakshuresha Savita Chakshoh Suryo Ajayata. In Purusha Sukta also, the eye and then the Surya, sun is considered the eye of the Lord. The sun and the moon are the eyes of the Lord. Now, in the Vishwarupa, universal form, the sun and the moon are considered the eyes of the Lord. And Trayi Atma, here it is said, the sun god is a personification of the three Vedas. It means he is full with Vedic knowledge. Gayatri mantra, one chants, Om Bhur Bhuvasvaha Tat Savitur Varenyam. So this Savitur means the sun. So he lights up all the planetary systems, Bhuvaha and Svargaloka, all, Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka and Svargaloka. In fact, there is a long form of the Gayatri mantra which includes also Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapoloka, Satyaloka also. Anyway, he lights up. Today's topic is exactly about this. Yeah. So he lights up all these planetary systems. But here he is saying, okay, before we go there, Trayi Atma. He lights up not only with the material light, he also lights up with spiritual light. Because in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna said, Imam vivasvate yogam proktavan aham avyayam. I spoke this knowledge to sun god. So the Surya, Vamsha, not only seminal dynasty but also the parampara, Surya parampara. We have 4 paramparas here, right? What is that? Brahma Sampradaya, Rudra Sampradaya, Kumar Sampradaya and Shri Sampradaya. But what is the Surya Sampradaya? Where is it? Because Krishna spoke to sun god. Why only 4 Sampradayas? Why not more? What happened to Surya Sampradaya? So this 4 Sampradaya means at this point on earth there are descendants of these 4 Sampradayas. Whereas the descendants of other Sampradayas are no more. That's why Krishna says, Yogo Nashtaha Parantapa Sa Kale Neha Mahata. This parampara gradually became diminished and lost. Yogo Nashtaha. So therefore, we have only 4 Sampradayas remaining on the earth. Not that Surya Sampradaya is gone. Because Surya is still there on the sun and he is still preaching. Even now, today. And his disciples are there. Vaivasvata Manu is there. Imam Vivasvate Yogam Proktavan Aham Avyayam Vivasvan Manave Praha. That means Vivasvan spoke to his son Vaivasvata Manu, who is still there, who is still ruling, who is still preaching. So his sampradaya is still going on. And Manu Ikshvakave Bravit. Manu spoke to Ikshvaku, who was on the earth, I think, who is now no more. But you see, so the parampara, Surya parampara is still going on. That's why he's also called Surya Narayana. He's a representation of Narayana. Because he's a pure devotee actually. And he materially he maintains all the life on every single planet. Spiritually also he enlightens everyone. But here, this is very irritating. So here Bharat Maharaj is saying that despite the sun being up with full light, what is saying? Auspiciousness has not begun for me. Sun God is Vedas personified, but I am bereft of Vedic principles. That means, in the presence of sun, we still be in darkness. You see, Bharat Maharaj, he was in the darkness of ignorance. Darkness of ignorance. Because spiritually he was sleeping. Sun can show us the whole world, but if I close my eyes, then I cannot see, despite the presence of the sun. So this is the point being made. So in the presence of devotees also, in the presence of the Acharya, in the presence of the scripture, we still cannot take good advantage if we choose to sleep, if we become inattentive. This is actually a very instructive thing. No, hot water. No, it will be very irritating for the person who's in the online, who's watching this online. It's extremely irritating. So if we are too much materially affectionate, then despite the presence of the sun, or despite the presence of devotees, despite the presence of all auspicious things, we will not be auspicious. In devotional service, while doing devotional service, the most important thing is mind, where my mind is invested. Savai Manaha Krishna Padaravindayor. This Ambarish Maharaj, he invested his mind in thinking of Krishna. Reboot. Stand if you're sleeping. So, in the presence of devotees, if we are doing devotional service and our mind is not there, if physically present, mentally absent, devotional service, that is fall down. And by that, it is useless. In fact, I was just reading a purport which is just few verses after this. Mrisha Samadhina. Yeah. You see, just 2 verses after this, you see. Alas, the small deer, he was still thinking like this, while playing with me and seeing me feigning meditation with closed eyes. You know what is a feign? Feigning meditation means what? To just make a show of meditation. Mrisha Samadhina. Samadhi means meditation, right? Absorbed. Mrisha. You see, Mrisha means feigning. Mrisha Samadhina, by a meditation, feigning a meditation. I mean, he was admitting to the fact that he was just show he's meditating. Actually, his mind is full on the deer. You see, a small deer, while playing with me and seeing me feigning meditation with closed eyes, would circumambulate me due to anger arising from love, and it would fearfully touch me with the points of its soft horns, which felt like drops of water. See, now King Bharat considers his meditation false. While engaged in meditation, he was actually thinking of his deer, and he would feel great pleasure when the animal pricked him with the points of its horns. Feigning meditation, the king would actually think of the animal, and this was but a sign of his downfall. And here, next verse, I think. You see, was constantly thinking of the activities of the deer, forgetting that such meditation and diversion of attention was killing his progress in spiritual advancement. Diversion of attention. This is how fall down starts. Fall down, you know, oh, when somebody has broken principles, yes, that is the very advanced stage of fall down. But actually, it starts with our inattention. Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, 10 offenses are there, and then last we say, it is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. What is that? Api pramadaha. Inattention. That is the actual Sanskrit. So, pramada. So, that inattention, if Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, is actually the greatest offense of all. That is the mother of all offenses. Because when we are inattentive, not only while chanting, but while doing service, by any time, during any time of our life, when we are inattentive, that is the beginning of our downfall actually. You see, here. Is it this one? Yeah. It is said that when a person becomes overly involved in loving affairs, he forgets himself as well as others, and he forgets how to act and how to speak. It is said that once, when a man's son was blind since birth, the father, out of staunch affection for the child, named him Padmalochana, or lotus-eyed. This is a situation arising from blind love. Bharat Maharaj gradually fell into this condition due to his material love for the deer. Hmm? Is it? I heard a loud buzzing sound, volume is low. Okay. Hare Krishna. It should be alright. Let me see. Okay, I think now it will be louder. Why is it going down all the time? Let me know now how the audio is. Let me know how the audio is. It is again going down. I don't know why it does that. It shouldn't do it. Hare Krishna. Oh. That's horrible. Why would? Okay. Okay, that's horrible. I don't know what the problem is then. Mute. Okay, let me see now. This is the thing I was looking for. Where to unmute? But is the buzzing sound? No, no. Please switch all that off. Just one. I want one device only on to check. What is that? How is it right now? Let me know. And how is the volume? Okay. I just increased the volume. Let me know if the audio is all right. Is it all right? Okay, we'll just continue like this then. Okay, sorry for all that interruption. Okay, so despite the presence of sun, he could not take advantage. So, yeah, I was looking for this. Let's go to 20 and see how it is. Because there's one part of the purport which I really, really want to share, but I don't know why I cannot find it. Okay. The last part of that purport. How come I cannot find it now? This is weird. I wanted to show one part of it. Ah, how is this possible? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they deleted it or what in this version of the purport database. I don't know what they did. I'm unable to find it. So anyway, the point is that downfall. Let me see downfall. If I search for downfall, see, it's not even there. Okay, then fall down. Five, eight. means it's not there. Okay, anyway. So that means that's why I cannot find it at all. So anyway, this is the very important point here, that if if we are materially affectionate, if we become very overly attached materially, then we cannot make advancement in spiritual life. There is a nice story of the what is that? Uh, Marriage, bride and bridegroom. So there was this bride's family was across the river, and the bridegroom, they were going in the boat. So in the it was a very wide river, very broad river. So night they boarded the boat, and then the boatman, he was rowing the boat, and they all fell asleep. Fell asleep, and then next day morning they woke up, the boat was still there only. So they asked, what happened? Why is the boat not moving? Did you sleep also or what? No, he said, no, I was rowing all night. But I could not see Amavasya, I could not see. Then it was found out that he did not remove the anchor. So if the anchor is there, the boat, you can row and row, but it will go and round about the anchor only. It will not go anywhere. So similarly, when we are trying to advance in our spiritual life, if our anchor to material attachment is not um, taken out, then we will not make advancement. We will be there only. 20 years, 30 years, 50 years, still there only. Nothing changes. That's why 10th offense, to not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy name of the Lord, and to maintain material attachments despite understanding so many instructions on this matter. That is the 10th offense. To think that, this our body is my own, my family is my own, this is my this is my that. If we continue to maintain that conception, there is an offense. Why do we continue to maintain such conception even after hearing? Hearing and chanting should be very powerful. We should come out of that, right? Everybody is attending classes, everybody is attending, of course, not many actually are attentive, and many don't attend the classes also online, or don't apply those what they have read. But if everybody is attending, then why everybody is having different speed of advancement? Some are advancing faster, some are not. Even as in staying in the temple, one may not advance. And some people who may be outside, they may advance faster. What governs, what decides, what is the factor that makes us advance? It is how seriously we take to the instruction. Even if I am with the spiritual master, if I don't take his instruction, I will only offend. So, following the instruction is what is important. How seriously am I taking the instructions, the teachings? We can read Prabhupada's books, but if we don't take it seriously, then we will ourselves lose taste for the books also, and we will never make advancement also. So it is not that this philosophy is only for the class or when we are reading only, and after that we will do again the same things. No, it should. That's why it is not only for reading. Shrinman Vicharana, what is that? Shrinman Supathan Vicharana. 12, 13, 18. Bhagavatam. Shrinman Supathan Vicharana Para. Bhaktya Vimuchyan Naraha. What is that Shrinman? I should show you because otherwise. "12, 13, 18. Yeah, sorry, 12, 13, 18. What did I say? Is that what I said? Yeah. So, you see last line of this verse. Tat Shrinvan Supathan Vicharana Paro Bhaktya. So we should hear or read, and Supathan. Supathan means to study. Supathan means very nicely we should study it and repeat it, chant it. And vicharana. We should always think in terms of that instruction which we have read. Our outlook on life should change. The way we look at life should change. At every point, we should see how to relate it with Krishna, and not just in our own concocted way. Through the scriptural injunctions and how Srila Prabhupada connected everything. Not only connected in the sense seeing everything in relation with Krishna, but also how to use it in relation with Krishna. Especially in the preaching. If we are always thinking about preaching, then Krishna will give us intelligence how to use everything and everyone in Krishna's service. Engage everything in Krishna's service. Engage everyone in Krishna's service. Now, but how can we be enthusiastic about preaching if we ourselves do not find any pleasure in Krishna consciousness? And we will find pleasure when we act for the pleasure of the spiritual master. And then we will be enthused ourselves. And then we will think that, okay, this should go out everywhere. Everyone should have access to Krishna consciousness. So then we will, whatever ways we can find, we will try to reach out to people. This is the order that we have been given. But if we are not attentive, if we are not serious about the whole path, serious means it should be based on the books. Seriousness without books is just sentimental. Because I must understand and do it properly. What is that? Prabhupada said, religion without philosophy is sentiment, and philosophy without religion is speculation. So both must be there, and our devotion should be based on the philosophy. Otherwise, it will be a disturbance. What is that? Shruti Smriti Puranada Pancharatra Vidham Vinam Aikantiki Hare Bhakti Utpataya Eva Kalpate. Utpata means disturbance to society, to oneself and society. So this Shrinvan, Supathan and Vicharana should be there with that deep contemplation all the time. And we have to act in the association of devotees. Not like, oh Prabhu, I am doing Shrinvan and Supathan and Vicharana at home. That is rubbish. Not that I am, oh yeah, Krishna said. Not like this. Sit down at home, armchair speculator. Prabhupada called them armchair speculator. Sitting in armchair, swinging back and forth. You know what is an armchair? In India, you will see this. I don't know. In Singapore, I haven't seen this. It is, like this. Yeah? So, like this, yeah. Krishna said, Sarvadharman Parityajya Mam Ekam Sharanam Vraja. Aham Tam Sarvapapebhyo. And then do what after that? Where is the Sharanam? Rascal sitting in the armchair and then swinging away. Huh? Come to the temple. Come to the temple, associate with devotees, engage in the service. Then one will actually advance. One may think that, oh, there's no need, I'm okay in my comfortable bubble at home. No, why did then Prabhupada start temples? Not only for classes, Because even after hearing classes, we can still have a million misconceptions. If we commit offenses, even that hearing will go through a filter of offenses. That means, if I wear red tinted glasses, I will see the whole world as red. So if I have those tints of offenses, then I will see in the offensive way only, anything, even if it is not offensive. I will find everything offensive. I will find fault with devotees. Chaitanya Charitamrita is considered the highest, even higher than Bhagavatam. Because in Chaitanya Charitamrita, the only topic is Vaishnava etiquette. How a Vaishnava should behave. Maryada Rakshana hoy Sadguru Bhushan. यद्यप्यो तुम्ही हाव जगत पावन तोमा स्पर्शे पवित्र होय देव मुनि गण तथापि भक्त स्वभाव मर्यादा रक्षण मर्यादा पालन होय साधुर भूषण. My dear Sanatan, although you are the deliverer of the entire universe and although even the demigods and great saints are purified by touching you, it is a characteristic of a devotee to observe and protect the Vaishnava etiquette. Maintenance of the Vaishnava etiquette is the ornament of a devotee. So etiquette means not just manners, good manners, like say Hare Kṛṣṇa, bow down. Not only this, from the mind and all, like how a Vaishnava should behave in any circumstance. Behavior, Vaishnava behavior, that is the ornament of a devotee. And that behavior comes from how much our mind is enriched with this philosophy. How much we have realized. Our behavior will be based on that, right? Because I can quote big verses, but when situation comes, I behave like an idiot. And what did I understand? Some challenging situation comes, and I lose all my composure, all my knowledge, and then behave like an ordinary materialist, or even worse. So if I do that, then what did I understand? So that's why this in the presence of the sun also I could not make nothing is auspicious for me. Bharat Maharaj is saying this is very important. In the presence of devotees, Krishna Surya Sama, Maya Andhakar. Jahan Krishna Tahan Nahi Maya Radhikar. Wherever Krishna is like sun, Maya is like darkness. Wherever Krishna is there is no Maya. But why I am staying in temple and I am still in Maya? Because in the heart, Krishna is not. We are not. Krishna is there. Krishna is there everywhere. Then why there is Maya? Because I have not. See, our forgetfulness of Krishna is what is causing Maya. When we forget Krishna, when we choose to forget Krishna, that's when Maya takes over. So even in the presence of Krishna's Murti or Krishna's name, I can be completely in Maya. In the presence of the sun, nothing was auspicious. So this is very important to understand that our bhava, where is my bhava? Where is my heart? People wear the shirts nowadays, devotee. I lost my heart in Vrindavan. Say only. Heart is fully in the material world. I would see the other way. I lost my heart in Vrindavan means my heart is not in Vrindavan. I lost it. Where is my heart? Supposed to be in Vrindavan. In Vrindavan I cannot find. Everywhere else it is there. I would rather take it like that. So just by wearing that, our heart, where is our heart? That's why Narottam Das Thakur said, Tirthayatra parishram keval maner bhram. That means the endeavor to go to holy places of pilgrimage is just a mental satisfaction. Because real purification happens when we think of Krishna and act for him, wherever we are, even in hell. So, that is the real purification. So, if I am in Dham, holy place, but I am enjoying material life dhoom dham se. In Hindi they say dhoom dham. means with full vigor, I'm enjoying my material life, then where is the dham? Only dhoom dham is there. So, so um, when we went to Jagannath Puri, I was staying in the hotel in the on the Grand Road. We checked into the hotel, and the guy was saying, "Here TV is also there. All channels will come." Arey, what is the use here? I've come all the way from outside to Jagannath Puri to take darshan of Jagannath. You are showing me material world. What nonsense! So, so in this way, even if I'm in a temple or in a holy place, one may think, okay, I'm not, dhoom dham se, I'm not enjoying material world. I'm going there to take darshan. Even then, it is waste. Because go khara. Because I'm not hearing from a sadhu. I'm not being enlightened. This is the thing. I wanted to write and make a video as well. I went to Tirupati also. Tirupati. So we were standing there about like 4 or 5 hours, 4 hours something in darshan queue. Standing there, we were thinking to ourselves, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? This time can be spent in preaching. Simply standing there. You know, moving 10 centimeter, 10 centimeter, 10 centimeter, and then when we go and take the darshan, it will be like 10 seconds going out. Come out, come out of the temple after the darshan. You go out of the complex. First thing is the SV tea stall, Sri Venkateswara tea stall. What did you understand? There is so much emphasis and a business on darshan. There is no arrangement for Shravanam. Only darshanam, darshanam, darshanam. Where is Shravanam? Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, you rascal, what you can understand the deity? Even if you see, what you can understand? Because if you don't hear, then what will you understand the darshan? Simply coming temple, taking darshan and darshan and darshan. Where is the Shravanam? Only eyes, is it? Ears no need to be engaged in the service of Krishna. Do anything and everything. Hear movie song and then to go and take darshan. What is the use? That's why no purification is happening for these people. Everywhere in India, darshan, darshan, darshan. No Shravanam. When you come out from the Tirupati darshan and come out, the main sanctum is here on the left, all around the temple. There is like a mandap, like a stage, and actually classes can be conducted there. No, nothing. It's just lying down there, nothing. And the guy comes out, entire Tirupati full of meat eaters. All rascals. What they're learning? And people are going there to Tirupati, darshanam, darshanam, darshanam. Nobody's life is changing. Can't even give up tea and coffee. This is the result of no Shravanam, hearing. Bhagavad Gita. So, I asked the devotees there in Tirupati, you stand outside the temple with the book, Bhagavad Gita, our books. Okay? You ask each of them, taken darshan? Done? Darshan done? Okay, now Shravanam. Take this book. Give them like this. You have seen the Lord Venkateswara, right? Now you listen to what he's saying. Simply seeing and asking for all kinds of big list, like shopping list. I want this one, I want this one. Break one coconut, not 108 coconuts. Do pradakshina like 10 times, 100 times like this. So that my career will boom, my exams I will pass. It's cheapskate, Venkateswara is there for that nonsense, is it? Huh? Everybody has vow. They will climb up whole Tirupati. Why? Some material. It is like this, the story is there when this one old woman, she was carrying some firewood and she was carrying it like this and like this and like this. At one point, it falls. Hey Bhagavan, please help me, she was saying like that. So because it's heavy, she was, here and here and here. It's just shifting the weight so that she can manage. So at one point it falls. Hey Bhagavan, please help me. Bhagavan comes. Krishna appears. This is just a story. So he asked, what do you want? Please help me put this firewood on my shoulder. He puts and goes. Is that what you ask Bhagavan? Your whole burden of material existence can end once you have seen, and you're asking him, please put me back my burden of material existence. What rascaldom is that? Asking these material things is just like this. Going there, darshanam, what do you want? All material things so that I can continue for another millions of years in this material world, suffering. We are asking this. People are asking this. So I was standing in the queue and I was thinking, these people are just waiting. Okay, some devotion is there, they're going there, but what are they asking? What are they really learning? I really wanted that, let's have a class here and start some. What am I waiting here, waiting for darshan, 10 seconds? And morning we had Mangalarti darshan in the temple. Radha Krishna Ashtasakhi is there, ISKCON Tirupati. We did Mangalarti there. That is also Krishna only darshan, done already. Now let us preach. Talk about Krishna, at least enlighten someone there. So it has become so unnatural. Now people wait for 19 hours for darshan like this, standing in the queue. Do something productive, yaar. Listen, read Bhagavad Gita and understand something. So, so this has to be taught. People have forgotten. Our Sanatana Dharma, people have forgotten. What is that? They go to temple and come out nothing understanding, no understanding, zero things. And life remains the same. Whole life they are taking darshan everywhere. So, if you see the great acharyas, they have written commentaries on the Vedas, on the Bhagavad Gita. They want people to read and understand. Who am I? Who is God? How should I actually go back to Him? Why am I here? What happens after death? All these big questions of life are completely unanswered. How am I satisfied going to the temple? Why are people satisfied? Just all this thing only, material benediction they're asking from the Lord. Please put the burden back on my shoulder. So our movement is therefore bringing out the original Sanatana Dharma, which is based on hearing. In fact, in the 9 processes of devotional service, let's see, where is Darshanam there? Where is Darshanam? Let me show you this. Okay, see. What are the 9 ways to serve Krishna? Bhakti, Navavidha Bhakti, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnoha Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atmanam. In Pada Sevanam and Archanam, that is where Darshanam happens. People want to do Archana. I want to do Archana. Why? Abhishek. I want to sponsor Abhishek. Okay, why? Okay, good. We are not saying not good. Why are you doing it? I want to know the intention. Intention is to serve the Lord or asking the Lord to serve me? Which one? It is usually the latter. Asking the Lord to serve me. I am the master, you give me this, you give me that, I will give you one coconut, you give me all the things. Mentality is like this. Not that I want to serve the Lord. Nothing. I want nothing. I just want to serve you because I am your servant. That's it. Prahlad Maharaj said, when Narasimhadev killed Hiranyakashipu and asked Prahlad, what do you want? I want to give you one benediction. Prahlad said, I am not a businessman. I am not doing this bhakti to get something in return. I am not doing business transaction here. I just want to be your servant. That's it. I don't want anything from you. That is devotee. Yeah. So, we cannot do Archana without Shravana first. Otherwise, our Archana will be full of aparadham. Aparadham means offense. We will be offending the Lord. Going there, offending the Lord. Because my mentality is not there as devotion to the Lord. It is just there for praying so that He will give me some auspiciousness. That's it. My material life is where I am interested in. I am going there because my material life, when I am doing in the material life, I will get some stress. Okay, Krishna, please remove this stress for me so that I can be busy again in the material world. That is what I'm going to temple for. That is what people are going to temple for, to get some peace. What do they say? I want peace. I feel tranquil, so that I can come back and do again my material life. Until I get stressed again, I can come back to the temple, relax, and come back again to do. Is this the reason for going to temple? This is not. So what is to be done first? Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnoho Smaranam, thinking of Vishnu. First of all, Shravanam, hearing about him, chanting his name, Kirtan, Smaranam, thinking about him. Pada Sevanam is when you do actually deity worship, Shringar, the Abhishekam, Shodasopachara it's called, 16 types of things you offer to Krishna. That's what you do in the deity, deity worship. Morning you're going inside, that's what you're doing, Shodasa Upachara. So that is where Pada Sevanam comes, when you touch the feet of the Lord and dress him and serve him in so many ways, offering him food. He doesn't need the food, we need. We need the prasadam, not just food, prasadam, sinless food. Yeah, the Lord, of course, we have to offer the Lord out of devotion. But then he leaves it for us so that we can actually take prasadam. There was once in 2008, 2007, there was this incident where, I think in before also, when I was much younger, and 2007 also, I remember I was already in Norris Road Temple at the time, 2007, our temple. So, there was this incident all over India, this was happening. When I was younger, it was Krishna. They were putting milk in the spoon, and then the milk was getting, and then later Ganesh, same thing happened. Then everybody said, oh, I said, why are you excited? Why are you excited? You have no faith that Krishna is eating every single time you are offering him? Why? When it is finished only, then you are thinking he is drinking, is it? That means every day you are not excited because he is not taking it. He is taking, but his taking is different from our taking. When we take, the plate is empty. When he takes and still keeps the food there so that we can eat. If he takes everything, what we will eat? How we will eat prasadam? So, it is actually more miraculous that the food is still there. Krishna has eaten it and then still there. That is even more miraculous than the food being taken and finished. That is like our eating only. But we think, because we calculate the Lord according to us. So when he does something similar to us, oh, he's actually doing something. But when he does it in his own way, we don't consider that as very great. So when they were showing, devotees were showing, video, hey, see, he's taking his... It means what? Why are you excited? I ask each and everyone who showed me, ask the same question. Why are you excited? You mean you have no faith? This is to... Then you may ask, why did Krishna then do this kind of stuff? That is to increase the faith of those, who are not so faithful. Okay, to increase some faith in them. He does that kind of things. Okay, to get the people to have little more faith in him. But for those who are supposed to have already full faith, this should not be very astonishing for them. Should not be. Because, Krishna can do this. Actually, he's doing every day. But he's leaving it for us so that we can have prasadam. So therefore, Archana, we cannot understand the deity. He may be here. We cannot understand him if we don't do Shravanam. The Leela of Krishna in the Bhagavatam is in the 10th canto, Dasama Skandha. But there are 9 cantos before it, 9 huge books before we come to the 10th part of the Srimad Bhagavatam. Why? Because people, when they do Bhagavad Katha, in North India, they do Bhagavad Katha. And Bhagavad Saptah, 1 week, Bhagavatam. Hey, Parikshit Maharaj heard 1 week Bhagavatam without eating, sleeping, drinking water also. Fasting for 7 days, he sat down and heard. Not like, 2 hours some class and then after that, do whatever you want. Not that kind of Saptah. And what they do in this Saptah, instead of the whole Bhagavatam, they just read the 10th canto only. And that too in the Ras Leela and all this Krishna dancing with gopis. What you will understand that one? That's why people accuse. In India, people accuse Krishna. Oh, he's dancing with other people's wives. Hey, Krishna is Paramatma. He's in every single heart. in the heart of every woman and every man. So if a woman who is married, she chants Hare Krishna, is she doing an extramarital affair? That she's having devotion for some other man than her husband? Krishna is God. So the gopis, they are dancing with Krishna. That is a service they are doing. Just like we chant Hare Krishna or do something, their service to Krishna is they dance with him. That is very high level. But we don't understand. People don't understand that. They accuse. Oh, Krishna is he's making so many women illicit affair or what. No, there's no illicit affair. Then in that case, any woman who is praying to Krishna or even sometimes they pray to Hanuman or something, Shiva or Ganesh, all of them are having extramarital affair, no? Is that true? It's stupid nonsense. People have no brain at all. Because why? No Shravanam. Never heard or heard nonsense from people. And this is why they have all misconceptions. Oh, you cannot have this picture at home. There will be fight in the house. As if without this picture, there's a very peaceful. At home, very peaceful without this picture, is it? Why this picture cannot be there? Nonsense. And then the Tamil people have another concoction. Krishna, the flute should not be there because he will blow the wealth away. Tamil nonsense. That means without the flute he cannot blow away. Is it? He's so powerless without the flute, he is now incapacitated. So foolish. Huh? Narasimhadev, oh, very inauspicious, very angry, blood all. What is this? This is coming from because they don't do Shravanam. In fact, let's see what Bhagavad Gita says. Last verse of Bhagavad Gita, what is this? Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanurdharaha, Tatra Shrir Vijayo Bhutir Dhruvani Tir Mama. Wherever there is Krishna, the master of all mystics, and wherever there is Arjuna, the supreme archer, there will also certainly be opulence, victory, extraordinary power, and morality. That is my opinion. This is Bhagavad Gita is saying. And these rascals are saying, oh, you cannot have this picture. So this is the problem. We don't know. That's why Shravanam is important. We should be very attentive in the hearing process. That has to be revived all over India and all over the world. That is our movement. Based on Shravanam first. Then only later we can understand what is Archanam, what is Padasevanam, what is Vandanam, what is Dasam, Sakhyam, Atmanivedanam. These are very advanced stages. Starts with Shravanam and Kirtanam. So a place, Narayana says to Narada Muni, Naham Tisthami Vaikunthe. I am not in the temple or in the Vaikuntha. Naham Yoginam Hridayeshu. I am not in the hearts of the yogis also who are trying to meditate on me. Yatra Gayanti Mad Bhaktaha Tatra Tisthami Narada. Where my devotees are glorifying me, chanting my name, talking about me, conversing about me, there I am situated. So it doesn't have to be even a temple. If we are discussing the topics anywhere of Krishna, that is a holy place, site of pilgrimage. So in Singapore, it is very far away from the Punya Bhumi, Bharat, but here also we can have holy place when we hear about Krishna. That's why we invite everyone to come here and hear and engage in the association of devotees. You see now in India, I just came back, no? Big temples are there, huge, massive temples. What is going on there? Cobwebs, rats, dogs. Most of the temple is occupied by one priest will be there, that's it. Huge temple complex. One priest. Even in Tirupati, there are more priests than one because people still come there. But nothing other than the Alankarana and then that's it. Even the Prasadam, they are all employed. The Laddu, Tirupati Laddu, all employed. But priests, hardly. Big, big temples. Why? Because culture gone. No more Shravanam, no nothing. No teaching, nothing. Brahmanas are supposed to teach others who are coming, learn about Krishna here. Regular classes. This is important. So we should not become like that. Prabhupada said, temple means, the other day it was shared, no? In the WhatsApp group, Krishna Inspiration group, that temple should be alive. Alive means kirtan should go on, classes should go on morning and evening. People, devotees must attend the arati and classes. That is a temple which is alive. Otherwise, we say, Prabhupada said temple will be dead. And that's what now these big, big temples have become. People go there only for architecture. Oh, it is, see, look at our, especially nowadays Indians are getting little bit of pride in their own culture after Modi's government has started. Before that, they were all shy to show off their culture. Indians were like that before 2014. Indians were very shy, even now also, still there, but little bit better. They have some pride in their own culture now. Yeah. Now, they will show, oh, this temple. Look at the architecture. Look at the engineering that we had. No, we are such powerful. Okay, fine. What are you doing now? What are you doing now? If that temple has such nice architecture and everything, such wonderful things, just think about it. Why does anyone build such a nice artistic structure unless he really loves what is inside that? It's like, for example, because we treasure money so much now, people, they want money so much. That's why the CBD, the Central Business District, all the financial buildings are very big and very nice architecture. Right or not? Now, which buildings are the tallest? The financial buildings, all those banks, the business, whatever, these business district. That is the center of the city. Previously, the temple used to be the center, and the tallest building in the town will be the temple. And that will be the best architecture. And from every part of the city, they will see the dhwaja, the flag of the temple, and they will remember the Lord. Now you see the big, big building, you will remember money. Bhava, what is my feeling? According to that, what I worship, for that I will construct something beautiful. So if that temple was constructed in such a beautiful way, you should understand how much devotion this person had, this king or whoever, to have this constructed for the Lord. It means, try to understand the bhava inside. Don't just appreciate the architecture and come back. That is like, seeing the bones of a skeleton. What remains is the bones. Just like a dead body, bones will remain, right? So this structure is just like the bones. The real life is the devotion that people used to have. If the temple was that big, just imagine what used to be the scene around the temple. Thousands of brahmanas and elephants. The doors of the temples are huge. That means what? Elephants. The Lord was on a palanquin, and the elephants. Big processions used to happen. How much grandeur with which the Lord was worshipped. We can only imagine. Now, cobwebs, nothing. The dogs are roaming around inside the precincts of the temple. That's it. Passing stool. That's it. So why? Because Shravanam, when the Shravanam went down, people also will lose interest. Why were people going so busy? Because that was the consciousness of people. They always hear about Krishna. Now people hear about money. Magazines, what are they? Forbes 50. Oh, the companies, 50 top companies. Or successful entrepreneur story. Jack Ma from China, Alibaba.com. Yeah. That's the stories. That's the successful stories. Whereas real success stories are Ramayana, Mahabharata. What is Hanuman? Hanuman is real success. Ravan is a failure. Why success and failure? Because devotion to Lord Ram and lack of devotion to Lord Ram. So money was never the thing to be attained and then you are successful. Those who are rich, they are successful. That is how it is shown now. Whereas Ravana went after Sita, who is Lakshmi Devi herself. He wanted not only money, the goddess of money he wanted. What happened to him? Successful. Swarna Lanka became Bhasma Lanka. Golden Lanka became ashes because he was after money, after the goddess of wealth. So we cannot just go after wealth. That is Ravan mentality. We should go after Ram. Then automatically Sita will be there. Like Hanuman. He's only Sita and Ram together. His heart he showed Sita and Ram together. Not only Sita. Ravana only Sita. Without Ram he wanted. And that's why he gone. So that's why hearing is very important. Okay? That is the whole point of this today's class. That in the presence of all auspicious facilities, we cannot be, no auspiciousness will be there for us if we don't choose to take advantage of that facility. So that's why we hear there's a facility now to take advantage. Okay? Okay, I'll stop here. Any questions, any doubts? No questions?
After so much hearing, some people they still have so deep attachment and like that verse where Krishna says those are so attracted to material objects and all that, which are too much attached to all that, for them devotional services, it becomes a solution. And what's the solution for it? I mean, is there no solution for those who are too much attached? Are too attracted?
Hearing only. Hearing and chanting.
So they just have to apply by the process and eventually become.
They have to be attentive in that process. Yeah, that's the verse he's saying. But if he's attached, the question is if he's attached even after hearing, then how, is that the question?
Yeah. Even if he's right, I mean, he's hearing so much, but he still has so much to that.
That means he's not hearing. His mind is somewhere else. He's hearing his wife and whatever nonsense. That is what he's hearing. If he's really hearing, if he's listening to what is. Hearing means, there is hearing.
He's hearing and listening and trying to follow everything because everything is a precision and devotees, he's practicing everything. But that's still his mind tends to think back about all these other things and stuff. And he wants to go back to it.
That means he's not hearing. If he has attraction for material life, that means he's not hearing. He is making a mrisha samadhana. He is making a show of hearing only. He is not hearing. And how often is he hearing? That also matters. Because if I hear today, okay, yeah, I understood. Okay. Not that tomorrow it will remain. The knowledge will fade. Maya will erode that knowledge. We will forget again. How often are we reminding ourselves? How often am I reading? How often am I hearing? Not like once a week. Once a week is useless. Once a week hearing is useless. We are not like a church. Sunday sermon. That's what is happening right now. Saturday, Sunday we are having class because nobody in the weekday. But we should read then. That's why we have online class so at least others can attend. That's why we are having online classes. But nobody attends. Singaporeans don't attend. India only they attend. Because here, we'll go to the temple anytime, no? So not interested. Indian devotees from India, they will attend. Because if I hear, how will I have the attachment? If you are eating, how you can still be hungry? You will not be hungry if you are eating. Yeah, that is the thing. 11 to 42 is the verse I wanted to show. भक्ति परेशान भवो विरक्तिरन्यत्र चैषत्रिक एककाल प्रपद्यमानस्य यथा स्नतः स्युस् तुष्टिः पुष्टिः क्षुदपायोनुघासम्. Devotion, direct experience of the Supreme Lord, and detachment from other things. These three occur simultaneously for one who has taken shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, in the same way that pleasure, nourishment, and relief from hunger come simultaneously and increasingly with each bite for a person engaged in eating. When you're eating, the nourishment you will feel, you are getting strength, you will feel relief from hunger. How can you say that I have eaten so much and still I'm hungry? It's not possible. That means I have not eaten. I'm putting in my nose or something. I'm not eating. And I'm thinking I'm eating only. Or I have worms in my stomach. That is the other expression Prabhupada gave. Yeah, Prabhupada's worms in the stomach. That means all kinds of anarthas.
So probably that also karma is also a factor here, right? Because some people advance faster, some people advance slower. Maybe the advance people who are advancing faster are putting definitely more efforts, absolutely agree. But how much karma has a role here? Because this past karma makes this cleansing process much more harder.
So, you see, if that is the case, right, then Mrigari shouldn't have been purified so fast. So, okay, for those who are online, the question is that karma also plays a part, right? Because for those whose karma was good, they can actually be more attentive and more involved in the process than those who are not having such background of good karma. So that's why they are a little bit slow and not attentive. These things come from previous background. Then if that is the case, Valmiki, he was a highway robber and everything. Narad Muni purified him very fast. Mrigari, same thing. He was a hunter and half killing animals, purified instantly. And so many examples like that. I mean, even for example, the Brahmanas of India, whole life vegetarian and everything, no onion, garlic, no tea and coffee. Such people are still there. They may still not be devotee, but Prabhupada went to America, and Americans who were like drug addicts, womanizers, illicit sex, gambling, eating meat, beef, they became devotee. And they surrendered their lives and they. So, who had better karma? I mean, definitely, I mean, of course, to even contact Prabhupada, you should have some background or something. But actually, once actually, Prabhupada disciple asked him, you know, you said, because this verse is there, 728. Yesham tu antagatam papam, jananam punyakarmanam, te dvandva moha nirmukta bhajante mam dridhavrata. See, this is actually corroborating what you said. Persons who have acted piously in previous lives and in this life, and whose sinful actions are completely eradicated, are freed from the dualities of delusion, and they engage themselves in my service with determination. This is the point. So, this devotee, he asked Prabhupada, so how is it that we have come into this? Because our background was not very pious, doesn't look like we did very pious activities.
We don't know the past life, right? We only know the present life.
Yes. But at least, I mean, if somebody has done very good things, how can he end up eating beef this life?
Yeah.
Like, real bad. So, Prabhupada said, I created the piety in you. Prabhupada said. So, there are two ways. One is, okay, if some pious and coming into this and then contact the pure devotee and then he gets purified. The other thing is, the other way is, Kripa Siddhi, he was not even, it doesn't deserve. But the pure devotee, out of his causeless mercy, that's why the word causeless mercy is there. This is because of this. Because there is no cause for the mercy. Not that he was eligible or something like that. Just without any cause, the mercy was given. So that is what a pure devotee does. Where, without even any qualification. The only thing that is possible, required is sincerity. Okay, if I am sincere in this, then however sinful I may be, I will become purified. But even if I am purified, like many Brahmins so-called, they cannot take to this process. Because they are not sincere. So that is the thing. So we have to be sincere. And then, yes, we will make fast advance. But if we come to Krishna consciousness, maybe some sincerity was there, but now it is like, I'm okay, you know what, I understood. That's all. There is no some extraordinary thing here, just chanting only. Yeah, okay. There's not some special visions I'm getting or something. So it's okay, then okay, just do everything same. They think like this. Yeah. Okay, okay, I understood. Yeah, yeah. The kind of attitude. Then that's when they stagnate. They cannot be enthusiastic all the time. Actually, to be in association of Prabhupada also you must have some, and there is another verse which in the Varaha Purana which says, um, what is that? Brahma Yonishu. Rakshasim, Rakshasa Kalimashritya. Rakshasa Kalimashritya Jayante Brahma Yonishu. Okay. Demons taking advantage of Kali Yuga take birth in Brahmana families. So that's the other reason why Brahmanas are not coming. They're actually demons. Rakshasa. So okay. We'll stop here. If any other questions, some question. I have a question. Okay, what is it? Manu. How may we cultivate world leaders like the Indian prime ministers? Will we train them in our temples? Well, very ambitious, good, but we have to come to the stage of even meeting him first. If we meet him, yeah, we will train him up in the temple. He has to come to the temple. All right, I think we'll stop here. Tantra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Jai Gaur Premanand.